Welcome to Math Minders Academy. Today we continue from where we stopped last time, producing solution to Waec 2010 November. This is part 4 of the video series. It's a video series with 5 parts. We have produced part 1 to part 3. If you have not watched any of those parts, I'm going to drop the video description, the link of those videos in today's video description. So go check it out if you have not done so. So today we are going to move on with solution to question number 31 through question number 40. If you have not subscribed to our channel, we urge you to go ahead and subscribe, share this video, like, and then click on the notification bell so that each time we produce a new video, you'll be among the first to receive it. We now move on to question number 31. Question 31 says, a point on the ground is 8 meters away from the foot of a vertical wall, 6 meters high. Calculate correct to the nearest degree the angle of depression of the point from the top of the wall. So now we have, this is the ground, and then this is the wall. And now we are told that this is the foot, and then this is where the point is, and the point is actually, we are told here that a point on the ground is 8 meters. So this point is 8 meters. So we have 8 meters here. So the point is 8 meters away from the foot of the vertical wall. And then this vertical wall is 6 meters high. Of course, you see the top. This is the top of the wall. Now, they say calculate to the nearest degree the angle of depression of the foot, angle of depression of the point from the top of the wall. Angle of depression. So we are looking at, so if we take this down, so we are looking at this angle here. When you say the angle of depression, so we are actually talking about the angle made here. That is this angle, which is alternate here. It's alternate here. All right. So don't forget the arrow is pointing down. So now, since opposite and adjacent are given, we take tan. So we say tan theta is 6/8, which when you reduce is 3/4 or 0.75. So theta itself is the arctan, the arctan of 0.75, and that is going to give us 36.86 ... And since we are asked to write this to the nearest degree, it's actually going to be 37 degrees, which is option C. We'll mark option C and we'll proceed to question number 32. Question number 32, we have this circle here. Let's get the information. It says in the diagram, POQ, which is, we have it here, is a quadrant of a circle center O and radius 14 centimeters. Use this information to answer questions 32 and 33. Take pi equals 22/7. Bear in mind that this angle here, we are told that the sector is a quadrant. Since it's a quadrant, it means if we get the angle, our angle theta is actually, and when we say quadrant, we are saying 360, 1/4 of 360 will give us a quadrant, which is 90 degrees. So this angle here is 90. The quadrant is actually when you divide the circle into 4 equal sectors, each will give you, or each part is divided into 4 parts. Each part is a quadrant. So now we have the radius. We are looking for the length of the minor arc, which is this length PQ. So for us to get this PQ, is going to be theta over 360 times 2 pi r, which is going to give us 90 over 360 times 2 times 22 over 7 times r is 14. So this will give us, if we work on this, we have 1 over 4 times, of course, if you look at this, 7 can go here, give us 2. So we have here 88. So 1 over 4 times 88 will give us 22, and that is option B. We mark that and we proceed to question number 33. Question 33 says, calculate the perimeter of the minor sector. Perimeter of minor sector. I remember that perimeter is length of arc plus the radius. So if you look at perimeter, for this perimeter is going to be the arc length plus 2 times the radii. So now the arc length is what we find out to be 22. So we are going to multiply the radius, which is 14, by 2. We have 22 plus 28, and that gives us 50. And that is option C. We proceed to question number 34. If 2 straight line segments, PQ and ROS, intersect at a point T, such that angle PTR equals 2s plus 2 and angle PTS equals s plus 4. Calculate the value of angle PTR. Now, let's take a look at the 2 intersecting lines. We have this line and we have this line intersecting. So we can call this line PQ, and this is line ROS. And this is where our T is. Okay. Now, if we look at, we are told that angle PTR, this angle here is actually 2x plus 2. And angle PTS is this angle here, which is x plus 4. You agree with me that both angles are lying on this straight line ROS. So the sum of the 2 angles will give us 180. That is a theorem that says sum of angle on a straight line will add up to 180 degrees. So here we have 2x plus 2 plus x plus 4 equals 180 degrees. All right, so we add up, we have 2s plus s, that's 3x plus 6 equals 180. 3s equals 180 minus 6. 3s equals 174. So s is 174 all over 3. If we divide 174 by 3, we have 58. And now we are looking for angle PTR. Angle TR is 2x plus 2, which is 2 into 58 plus 2. Here is going to give us 118 degrees, and which is option C. So we get option C and we proceed to question number 35. Question 35 says if tan S is 1 over A, where S lies between 0 and 90 degrees. That means this interval is telling us that S is acute. S is an acute angle, between 0 and 90. Express cos S in terms of A. So we are going to take our right angle triangle. Of course, the reason is because already we have seen tan expressed, in this format, and we know that sec à trois is when we are giving this acute angle to create a relationship here, usually make use of a right angle triangle. So our S is here. So tan S is opposite over adjacent. Now, how do we get this? If you use Pythagoras, this hypotenuse is the sum of these two. If you take the square of these two sides, you add it up and take the square root, that gives you the hypotenuse. That means the hypotenuse is a squared plus 1 squared, and 1 squared is 1. So now they ask us to express cos S in terms of A. If you look at it, cos S is going to be adjacent over hypotenuse, which is adjacent is A, hypotenuse is root A squared plus 1. And which option is that? That is option A. That's number 35. So we proceed to question number 36. Question 36. To locate Musa's house from his home, OK has to move 7 kilometers due east and then 7 kilometers due north. Find the bearing of Musa's house from Ok's house. So let us say this is Ok's house. So you have to move due east. So this is 7 kilometers. You move again due north, another 7 kilometers. Then from there, can go back to this. So this is OK, and this is Musa. Okay, fine. Now they ask us, remember that there is 90 degrees here. Find the bearing of Musa's house from Ok's house. So we are looking for this angle here. Let's call that angle alpha, and let's call the inner one here theta. Of course, looking at this is isosceles, right angle isosceles triangle. So I know this is 90. Definitely, if this is theta, this side will also be theta. The theorem that said the two sides of an isosceles triangle are equal, and then the base angles are also equal. So that means this is also theta. So if I do theta plus 90 equals 180, I'm going to have 2 theta equals 180 minus 90. 2 theta is equals to 90. So theta is 90 over 2. Theta is 45 degrees. Another way, I can still do it another way. I can use tan, so I can say or tan theta is equals to 7 all over 7, which is 1. Then theta will now be the arc tan of 1, and that will give us 45 degrees. So whichever way is 45. And if it is 45, that means also alpha is 45 degrees. So an alpha is the bearing. The bearing we are looking for now is alpha. So the bearing in 3-digit notation is 0.45 degrees, which is option D. We'll mark that option and we proceed to the next question, question number 37. Find the values of s for which the expression s squared minus 9 over s squared minus 3s minus 4 is undefined. An algebraic fraction like this is undefined if the denominator is 0. So it is undefined if this denominator here becomes 0, because when the denominator becomes 0, the fraction will not have a real value. Of course, it's not going to get a value, a number that belongs to the real number system when you are dividing by 0. So each time we are asked to get the value of s for which a particular algebraic fraction is undefined, we are going to set the denominator to 0. Sometimes, again, you may be given an algebraic fraction and say, find the value of s for which that algebraic fraction is 0. That one, you set the numerator to 0. So here, we are setting the denominator to 0, and then that will give us, this is minus 4 here. Okay, so now we choose the factors. We want to factorize. We choose the factors. Let us take 4 and 1. Now, we want a situation where the product will give us minus 4 and the sum is minus 3. So this has to be negative. So that if you do minus 4 times 1, you get minus 4, and minus 4 plus 1, you get minus 3. So here we are going to have s squared plus x minus 4x minus 4 equals 0. So here you factorize s into x plus 1 minus 4 into x plus 1 equals 0. You have x plus 1 x minus 4 equals 0. So solving here, we are going to have either x plus 1 equals 0 or x minus 4 equals 0. Therefore, x equals minus 1, or cross this over, you have 4. S is minus 1 or 4, which is option B. So we mark option B and we proceed to question number 38. Question 38 says, if 4s squared minus 20s plus k is a perfect square, what is the value of k? Once an expression, an algebraic expression, is a perfect square, that means b squared is equals to 4ac. That condition will satisfy if it's a perfect square. Now, note that a is the coefficient of s squared, which is 4. B is the coefficient of s, which is minus 20. And c is the constant, which is k in this instance. So we now plug in everything here. We are going to have minus 20 squared equals 4 times 4. That's 4ac. So this is 400 equals 16k. Divide both sides by 16. You get 400 over 16. And if you do 400 over 16, that gives us 25. So once k assume this value, 25, then this expression entirely becomes a perfect square. That's option A. We proceed now to question number 39. Obi has 4 times as many sweets as Olu. If he gives 21 sweets to Olu, they will have equal number of sweets. How many sweets has Obi? So now here we have Obi. This side we have Olu. So each time Olu has S sweets, Obi is going to have 4S, because we are told here that Obi has 4 times as many sweets as Olu. So if Olu is having 2, Obi will have 8, which is 4 times 2. Now, if he gives 21 sweets to Olu, So once OB gives out 21, OB's suite will drop by 21. It will decrease by, because he has given out 21 now. But Olu's suite will now increase by 21 because he's receiving 21 suites from OB. They say when this thing happened, both of them will have equal number of suites, meaning that when OB's suite is 4x minus 21 and Olu's suite is x plus 21, the suite number will become the same. So this is what we have. And then we solve, collect like terms. 4s minus s is equals to 21. Minus 21 crossing over is plus 21. This is 3x equals 42. S is going to be 42 all over 3, and that is 14. Now here they ask us to find how many suite has OB. So OB's suite is 4 times 14 because he has 4S suite, which is 56. And that's option A. We mark option A. And we now move on to question number 40. Question number 40. Let's look at that. Here it says, which of these statements is not true about the Venn diagram? Now, let us, not true, we are going to look at the ones that are true, we are going to mark it. So we are going to use this to identify true. So true, when it is true, we are going to mark it. So when it is not true, we are going to mark it this way. Okay. Now they said M is a subset of H. Look at H. M is actually a subset. Is inside H. So H is the superset. It's bigger than M. True. So this is true. This is true. We are looking for the one that is not true. P is a subset of the universal set here, of course. Yes, look at P. It's inside this rectangle, which represents universal set. This is true. Now, they say intersection of P and H is empty. That is, there is no intersection between P and H. And it's not true because there is intersection between P and H here. So this is not a true statement. The intersection of M and H is M. That means look at M and look at H. Yes, the intersection is M because everything inside M is also inside H. So when you take the common element, it will still be the element inside M. So this is correct statement. So the only one that is not true is I, which is option C. And so this is how far we end today's tutorial class. Thank you for your endurance. If you find value in today's video and some other videos that you have watched on our channel, why not go ahead? If you have not subscribed, subscribe to our video, click the notification bell so that each time we publish a new video, you'll be among the first set to receive it. We want the YouTube algorithm to take these tutorial videos to many students, as many as possible. And we want you to help us, to do us a favor by clicking on the subscription button. See you in our next tutorial class, where we will be finding solution to question number 41 to number 50, which will be the final part of this 5-part video series. That will be the part 5. Thank you very much. This is Math Minders Academy saying goodbye for now.
In the midnight glow where the stars align, we lose ourselves in the rhythm divine. Underneath the sky painted with dreams, we're chasing the echoes of silent screams. Caught in the space